Welcome back to Elderly Talks, the place where wisdom meets wellness. Today we're diving deep into a topic that stirred up quite a buzz in the world of natural health: turmeric. That bright golden spice sitting quietly in your pantry might just hold the key to improving how you feel every day. But there's a twist. While turmeric is being hailed as a miracle for joint pain, memory support, and inflammation, there's something few people are talking about: what you shouldn't eat with it. That's right. If you're over 60 and using turmeric regularly, there are a few everyday foods, common staples in American kitchens, that could be interfering with its power. Foods that may be turning your healthy habit into something far less helpful. But don't worry. In this video, we'll walk through it all step by step. First, I'll explain why turmeric has become a go-to natural remedy for aging adults. Then, we'll cover 3 types of foods you should avoid mixing with turmeric and why they can reduce or even reverse its benefits. Finally, I'll share 3 simple, natural ingredients you can combine with turmeric to unlock its full potential. So, get comfortable, grab a warm drink, and let's take a journey through one of nature's most powerful healing spices. Turmeric has been around for thousands of years. In ancient Ayurvedic medicine, it was used to treat everything from skin wounds to respiratory issues. In traditional Chinese medicine, it was believed to energize the blood and promote healing. But now, it's finding a new audience. Older adults in the modern world, people like you, who are looking for gentle, natural ways to support their health as they age. So, what makes turmeric so special? It all comes down to a compound called curcumin. Curcumin is what gives turmeric its signature golden color, but it's also the source of its most powerful health benefits. It's a natural anti-inflammatory and antioxidant, which means it helps calm the swelling in your body, fights off cell damage, and may even slow down signs of aging. Now, why does that matter as we get older? Because aging, while beautiful and filled with wisdom, also brings some challenges. Our joints can feel stiffer, digestion slows down, inflammation becomes more common. We might feel less energetic, take longer to recover from activity, or notice that our memory isn't quite as sharp as it once was. Turmeric, when used properly, can support all of those areas. It can ease joint discomfort, help protect brain function, improve digestion, and even promote heart health. And the best part? It's natural. It comes from the earth. It's not made in a lab or stuffed with chemicals. That's why more and more older Americans are stirring turmeric into their tea, blending it into smoothies, or taking it in capsule form. But here's what most people don't realize. It only works if your body can absorb it. That's the critical piece. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, isn't easily absorbed by the human body. In fact, studies show that without the right conditions, most of it passes right through your system without doing much at all. That's where things get tricky, and where food pairings really matter. Some foods help your body absorb curcumin better, others can interfere with it. And if you're taking turmeric daily but pairing it with the wrong things, you might be wasting your time, or worse, causing digestive stress and inflammation. That's why this next part is so important. Let's take a closer look at 3 common foods that can block turmeric's healing power. The 3 foods to avoid with turmeric. All right. Now that we've uncovered why turmeric is so powerful, especially for those of us over 60, it's time to talk about what could be quietly undoing all its good work. These are everyday foods. Familiar, comfortable, some even considered healthy by conventional wisdom. But when paired with turmeric, they can block your body from absorbing its most essential compound, curcumin. Let's walk through each one, slowly, clearly, so you can make smart, simple changes that preserve turmeric's benefits in your routine. 1. High-sugar breakfast foods. The morning mismatch. Let's start with mornings. Many of us were raised on cereal, toast, pancakes, maybe a muffin and coffee from the drive-thru. These are warm, comforting rituals. But if you're taking turmeric in the morning, these sugary staples might be the worst thing you could pair it with. Here's why. When you consume high amounts of refined sugar, your body reacts with a spike in insulin. That sudden sugar rush triggers inflammation, the very thing turmeric is trying to fight. Imagine taking turmeric to calm the fire, then pouring gasoline on it with a cinnamon roll. But it's not just the inflammation. That insulin spike also interferes with your body's absorption of fat-soluble compounds, like curcumin. Turmeric needs healthy fat to be properly absorbed. But when sugar dominates the meal, your digestive system gets thrown off balance. The result? The turmeric you took may be quickly flushed through your system with little effect. Some of the worst offenders include instant breakfast cereals, flavored yogurts packed with sugar store-bought muffins, fruit juices labeled natural but loaded with hidden sweeteners. What to do instead? If you like taking turmeric in the morning, consider pairing it with something more supportive, like a small bowl of oatmeal topped with chia seeds, walnuts, and a drizzle of coconut oil, or eggs with sautéed spinach in olive oil. That way, you're giving your body the healthy fat and fiber it needs to help turmeric do its job. 2. Processed dairy products. Sneaky inflammation triggers. Next up, dairy. Now, before we go any further, let's clear something up. Not all dairy is bad. In fact, some people thrive with small amounts of fermented dairy, like plain Greek yogurt or kefir. But many processed dairy products, especially the kinds most Americans consume, can work against the benefits of turmeric. Think of things like creamy processed cheeses, commercial ice cream, coffee creamers, milk-based sauces. The issue? These products often contain casein-1, an inflammatory protein found in conventional cow's milk. This type of casein can irritate the gut lining and spark immune responses in sensitive individuals. It's subtle, you might not notice it directly, but over time it contributes to the kind of chronic low-grade inflammation that turmeric is meant to ease. To make matters worse, some dairy products are full of preservatives and emulsifiers, chemicals designed to make them last longer on the shelf or feel creamier in the mouth. These additives can interfere with digestion and throw off your gut microbiome, weakening your body's ability to absorb curcumin. Here's what you can try instead. If you enjoy milk with your turmeric tea, opt for unsweetened almond milk, coconut milk, or even A2 milk, which lacks the inflammatory A1 casein. If you like creamy textures, try blending turmeric with avocado or a small amount of cashew cream in your dishes. Your goal here is simple. Reduce the hidden inflammation triggers and create a digestive environment where turmeric can thrive. 3. Raw cruciferous vegetables. Surprising, right? Now this one catches a lot of people off guard because it's about vegetables. Specifically, the raw forms of cruciferous veggies like kale broccoli, cabbage cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. Yes, these vegetables are packed with nutrients. Yes, they're usually considered superfoods. But when eaten raw, especially in large amounts, they can interfere with digestion and reduce the bioavailability of curcumin. Here's the science. Cruciferous vegetables are rich in goitrogens, natural compounds that can interfere with thyroid function and digestion when consumed raw in excess. For older adults, especially those with slower digestion or mild thyroid issues, this can create a subtle imbalance. These vegetables are also high in fiber compounds called raffinose and cellulose, which are tough to break down. That can cause gas, bloating, and slower transit through the gut. And if your gut is sluggish, turmeric doesn't get absorbed properly. It might get stuck in the system too long or eliminated before it can work its magic. Now, we're not saying avoid these veggies entirely. Just try this. Lightly cook them. Steam your broccoli. Roast your Brussels sprouts. Sauté kale with olive oil and garlic. A little heat breaks down the fiber, neutralizes the goitrogens, and makes them much easier to digest. If you enjoy smoothies with kale and turmeric, no problem. Just balance it with warming spices like ginger and black pepper, and maybe a splash of coconut milk to improve turmeric's absorption. So let's recap the 3 big food categories to be mindful of: sugary breakfast foods, processed dairy, raw, cruciferous veggies in large amounts. Now, don't worry. We're not saying you need to overhaul your entire kitchen or give up your favorite meals. This isn't about restriction. It's about smart combinations. Tiny shifts that can make a huge difference in how your body responds to turmeric. Because the truth is, turmeric is only as powerful as what you pair it with. And in the next section, we'll explore that side of the coin. 3 natural foods and ingredients that amplify turmeric's healing power, especially for older adults. These aren't expensive supplements or exotic superfoods. They're simple, accessible, and easy to use in your everyday routine. The 3 foods that supercharge turmeric's benefits. Okay, we've talked about what to avoid with turmeric. Now let's flip the script. Because when it comes to this golden spice, it's not just about removing the bad. It's about adding the right support. Turmeric doesn't work in isolation. Nature designed it to interact with other foods in beautiful, synergistic ways. And when you add the right companions, foods that enhance digestion, improve absorption, and work with your biology, the result is nothing short of transformative. So let's explore the 3 most powerful allies for turmeric. These aren't obscure health fads. They're timeless, kitchen-friendly ingredients that can easily become part of your everyday meals. 1. Black pepper, the golden booster. If there's one ingredient that changes the turmeric game completely, it's black pepper. That's right, humble black pepper, the kind sitting on your dinner table right now, can boost turmeric's effectiveness by over 2,000%. Why? Because of a compound called piperine. Piperine is what gives black pepper its sharp kick. But beneath that spice is a powerful mechanism. It temporarily slows down your liver's ability to metabolize curcumin, allowing more of it to stay in your bloodstream longer. Think of it like this. Without piperine, turmeric is like a spark, quick to flash and fade. But with black pepper, it becomes a steady flame, sustained, deep-reaching. This is especially important for those of us over 60. As we age, our digestion slows and nutrient absorption becomes less efficient. By combining turmeric with piperine, we give our bodies more time and more opportunity to absorb the benefits. Here's how to use it. Add a pinch of freshly cracked black pepper anytime you use turmeric, whether it's in a tea, soup, or stir-fry. Look for turmeric supplements that include piperine, sometimes labeled as bioperine. Make golden milk with a dash of black pepper and a bit of healthy fat. More on that next. Small amount, big impact. 2. Healthy fats, the absorption engine. Now, if black pepper is the spark enhancer, then healthy fats are the engine. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, is fat-soluble. That means it needs fat to dissolve, absorb, and travel through your body effectively. Without fat, much of it just passes through your system unused. This is why low-fat diets, especially common in past decades, unintentionally limited the benefits of many powerful nutrients. But here's the good news. There are plenty of delicious, heart-healthy fats that actually help you age better and make turmeric more powerful. Some of the best options include extra virgin olive oil, packed with antioxidants and brain-boosting compounds. Coconut oil, a traditional pairing with turmeric in Ayurvedic medicine. Avocados, great in smoothies or bowls with turmeric-dusted veggies. Nuts and seeds, like walnuts, flax, chia, and almonds. Ghee, clarified butter that's been used in Indian healing for centuries. Let's paint a picture. You're making a cozy turmeric tea in the evening. You whisk in a little coconut oil, sprinkle in some black pepper, maybe add cinnamon and ginger, and suddenly you've created a synergistic elixir that supports your joints, digestion, and even your mood. Or you toss roasted sweet potatoes with olive oil, turmeric, and cracked pepper. Not only is it delicious, but you're setting your body up to actually use the turmeric. The best part, these fats also help keep your skin hydrated, your hormones balanced, and your brain sharp, all of which become more important with each passing decade. 3. Fermented foods. The gut connection. Last, but far from least, fermented foods. Now, this one might surprise you. Most people don't connect turmeric with probiotics, but the truth is, your gut health has a direct impact on how well your body utilizes turmeric. A healthy gut means a strong intestinal lining, a thriving microbiome, and balanced enzymes, all of which help your system extract and absorb curcumin. Fermented foods are rich in natural probiotics, beneficial bacteria that support gut health and reduce inflammation at the root. Some top choices include sauerkraut, naturally fermented, not the vinegar-soaked kind; kimchi, a spicy Korean classic loaded with gut-friendly bacteria; kefir, a drinkable yogurt alternative that's gentle on digestion; tempeh and miso, fermented soy options with deep umami flavor; pickled ginger, great to pair with turmeric-rich curries or teas. Now here's where it gets interesting. When you combine turmeric with a fermented food and a healthy fat, you're creating a triple-action wellness combination. Let's say you prepare a miso soup with turmeric, sesame oil, and a few slices of pickled ginger. That meal doesn't just taste comforting. It nourishes your joints, your microbiome, and your long-term brain health. Or maybe you toss turmeric-roasted veggies into a bowl with sauerkraut and a tahini dressing. That's not just dinner, it's daily medicine. The key is not to overthink it. Just start small. Add a spoonful of sauerkraut to your lunch. Enjoy a kefir smoothie with turmeric and avocado. Use miso as a base for turmeric broth. You'll be amazed at how good your digestion feels and how much more alive turmeric becomes. Let's take a breath and recap. We've explored black pepper, nature's turbocharger for turmeric; healthy fats, the vehicle that drives curcumin into your cells; fermented foods, the gut-healing allies that open the door for absorption. These aren't exotic. They're simple, delicious, natural. And when you start combining them intentionally with turmeric, everything changes. You may begin to notice less joint stiffness in the morning, a clearer mind, better digestion, a calmer mood. That's not hype. It's the real, tangible effect of ancient food wisdom meeting modern science. And for those of us over 60, when our bodies begin to slow and change, these combinations can help us not just feel okay, but feel great. Because aging well isn't about resisting time, it's about adapting with grace and knowledge. The 5 signs turmeric is actually working in your body, so you've started taking turmeric consistently. Maybe it's a daily tea, maybe it's a supplement. Maybe you've been sprinkling it over your meals, adding it to smoothies, or blending it into golden milk. But the question lingers. How do I know it's actually doing anything? That's a fair question, especially if you're over 60. We've learned to be skeptical. We've been sold countless miracle cures over the years. We've seen the hype come and go, but turmeric is different. When it's activated properly, combined with the right foods, taken consistently, and supported by a healthy lifestyle, it can create powerful changes in your body. Some of those changes are subtle, others are dramatic. So let's go over the 5 surprising signs turmeric is actually working. These aren't based on vague promises. These are real physiological responses you can watch for, many of which are backed by science and experienced by thousands of people just like you. 1. Your morning stiffness begins to fade. One of the first and most exciting changes people notice is less stiffness, especially in the morning. If you've been waking up with a sore lower back, knees that need a few minutes to wake up, hips that ache when you stand after sitting, you might suddenly find those moments become gentler. That slow, creaky feeling? That's often a sign of low-grade inflammation built up overnight as your body rests. Turmeric, with its anti-inflammatory properties, targets those areas directly, especially in the joints. And it doesn't just dull the pain, it addresses the underlying cause. That's the difference between a bandage and a healer. What's fascinating is how quiet this transformation can be. You might not even realize it at first. One day, you just swing your legs out of bed, and everything moves a little easier. That's turmeric at work. 2. You start feeling lighter after meals. Here's another unexpected sign. Your digestion improves. This isn't often talked about, but turmeric has been used for thousands of years to soothe the digestive tract, ease bloating, and stimulate bile production. In Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine, turmeric is seen as a digestive tonic. When it starts working, you might notice less bloating after eating, less gas or cramping, an easier time processing heavier foods like meats or fats, more regular and comfortable bathroom habits. Why does this matter so much, especially over 60? Because our digestive fire naturally weakens with age. Our enzyme production slows down, the gut becomes more sensitive, and poor digestion isn't just uncomfortable, it can affect nutrient absorption, energy levels, and even mood. So if you find yourself finishing meals and feeling light instead of weighed down, that's a sign your gut is being supported. That's turmeric restoring balance. 3. Your mood quietly lifts. Now here's a powerful and often overlooked benefit: turmeric's effect on your mental state. Studies have shown that curcumin, turmeric's active compound, can influence neurotransmitters in the brain. It supports serotonin and dopamine production, the same pathways targeted by many antidepressants. But here's the twist. Turmeric works gently, from the inside out. You might not feel a dramatic high. Instead, you'll likely notice a more even mood throughout the day, less reactivity to stress, a quieter mind before sleep, more patience with others and with yourself. Over 60, we carry a lot, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Life gets heavier, but when your inflammation decreases and your gut-brain connection improves, your mood follows. You might find yourself smiling more, worrying less, or simply enjoying a moment of calm. That's not just coincidence, that's turmeric changing your inner weather. 4. Your skin begins to glow from within. Here's one that surprises a lot of people. Your skin changes. No, turmeric won't erase wrinkles overnight, but what it does do is work from the inside out, reducing the inflammation that contributes to redness, dryness, breakouts, and dullness. Your skin is a mirror of your internal health, and when turmeric supports your liver, gut, and immune system, it shows up on your face. Common signs include a more even skin tone, less puffiness under the eyes, reduced redness or blotchiness, a subtle, healthy glow that others might notice before you do. And for those struggling with skin conditions like eczema, rosacea, or psoriasis, turmeric's anti-inflammatory and antioxidant power can be a game changer. So if your mirror starts looking kinder and your skin feels smoother without a shelf full of serums, thank your golden spice. 5. You feel more you. Again. This final sign is the most personal and the most profound. At some point, you may look back and realize you feel like yourself again. It's not one big moment. It's a collection of little ones. You take a walk and realize your joints didn't complain. You sleep through the night without waking up sore. You laugh with a friend and notice you're truly present. You get through a long day and still have energy left to enjoy your evening. That's not magic. That's your body functioning more naturally, more freely. It's the cumulative result of reduced inflammation, improved circulation, balanced hormones, and restored vitality. It's turmeric, not fixing you, but supporting you, so your body can do what it's always been designed to do: heal. And for anyone who's ever thought, maybe I'm just getting old, this realization can be incredibly empowering. Because while aging is inevitable, suffering is not. Let's gently review the signs that turmeric is working in your life. Morning stiffness fades. Digestion becomes lighter and smoother. Your mood steadies and uplifts. Your skin clears and glows. You feel like yourself again. These are your body's way of saying, thank you, I can work with this. And these signs don't require extreme diets or expensive treatments. They begin with a daily habit: a cup of turmeric tea, a golden smoothie, a warm spiced meal, consistency over intensity. So as you continue your journey, trust the process. Tune in. Your body is always speaking to you, sometimes in whispers, sometimes in transformations. And there you have it. We've journeyed through the ancient history of turmeric, explored the science behind its healing, uncovered the 3 deadly habits that cancel out its power, revealed the 5 incredible signs it's actually working in your body, and even discovered the simple ritual that makes it 10 times more effective. But more than that, this was about reclaiming agency over your own health. Your body isn't broken, it's communicating. And when we learn to listen, support it, and nourish it with ancient wisdom, remarkable things can happen. especially after 60, when the world often tells us to slow down, settle in, or accept the decline. You now know that your story doesn't have to follow that script. Turmeric isn't a miracle, but it is a message from nature that healing is always possible, that inflammation can be soothed, that energy can return, and that joy isn't just a memory, it can be a companion. So as we wrap up, here's a gentle reminder. Be consistent, stay curious, tune into your body, and trust the process. Even one small change, like adding turmeric to your morning, can ripple outward into everything. How you move, how you feel, how you sleep, and how you show up for life. If this video brought you insight, clarity, or even a spark of hope, please consider sharing it with someone who might need it. A friend, a parent, a neighbor, someone who deserves to feel good again. And of course, if you want more guides like this, where wisdom meets science and ancient meets modern, don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications so you never miss what's next. Until then, stay golden, stay curious, and above all, stay well.